Mike Jones here. You're tuned in to uGospel.com. On the phone with us right now, I have a 22-time winning Stellar Award artist, Mr. Marvin Sapp. Marvin, man, how are you doing today?
I'm doing very well. How about yourself, man?
I'm doing well, too. That's good to hear. And we're on the phone because you have your 10th album out, which is called You Shall Live. So could you kind of tell us a little bit about what we can expect from this project?
I mean, You Shall Live is a CD of declarations, affirmations, just words that needed to be spoken over individual lives on a day-to-day basis. And, prayerfully, it will challenge individuals to go to new levels and dimensions in Him.
You said that this project was put together when you were in a very transparent space. So could you tell us some of the things or maybe one specific thing that you were going through at the time?
When we first started working on this record, I had just come out of a major financial challenge. And, of course, honestly, over the last 5 years, I've had to go through the whole process of, dealing with the emotional roller coaster of moving out of being a husband to being a single father, and then watching my daughters grow up and become young women, and watching my son grow up and become a young man. So I'm like, got 2 young people that's in college now. I got one that's at the house that's preparing to, in 2 years, to be moving out and going to school, and I'll be an empty nester in 2 years. So, life is changing drastically. So, of course, when you're going through all of these different myriad of changes, it has you in an emotional space. So because I was in an emotional space, it gave me an opportunity to be able to deal with some stuff and bring about some change, and to really try to bring about some change and to do some things that, hopefully and prayerfully could encourage people by me just expressing some things in my personal life and putting it to music, and hopefully what they heard will be a great blessing to them in the future.
And I actually just saw that your daughter graduated from high school.
Yeah,
now,
man.
when you say that you're about to have an empty nest, is that something that you're sad about, or is it something that you're going to rejoice for?
I don't know if you're ever happy about your children leaving, especially when you have good kids. Some folk be like, I can't wait till these Negroes get them out of my house. But no, I don't have that problem, man. I've been blessed with 3 wonderful young people, man, that have never caused me any problems, even though they went through a traumatic loss.
Yeah. And
my kids are great. So, I'm missing the fact that they don't need me like they used to. Now that I see that more, I think what I've done is I'm learning now how to adjust and to get a life, to be honest with you. Mm-hmm. Because for the last 5 years, they have been my life. But now I'm learning how to get a life. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah, I'm sure that, you're ready for that next step in parenthood. And like I said, they don't want to...
Parenthood when they just asking for money and don't live in your house.
Yeah. Right.
They don't never get out your pocket. They're in your pocket to Jesus.
Mm-hmm. You Shall Live is out, 11 songs on that album. You already put your first single out, Yes You Can. Could you kind of tell us about that song? And, it must be a special song if you chose to put that out as the lead singer from the project. So what does that song mean to you?
Man, Yes You Can speaks volumes. All of us have voices that speak to us from different places. It could be family members, it could be friends, it could be people at our jobs, people at our churches. It could literally be voices in our own head telling us what we cannot do. But, the Bible makes it emphatically clear that we've been equipped and that we can do all things to Him that strengthens me. So because we have the equipment that is necessary in order to succeed and to excel, we need to learn how not to listen to the outside voices and allow that inside voice, that greater one on the inside of us, to be the only one that speaks positive things to us, so that we can be what God is calling for us to be. So Yes You Can is just that inside voice. It's just an inside voice telling us, you know what, I know you have a lot around you saying what you can't do, but you need to understand that even before they told you couldn't, God said you could.
Amen. Aaron Lindsay was actually the producer for this project, for that single, I'm sorry. What other people did you team up with as far as production or even features for this album?
Well, no features on my record. No features on this record. I kind of like to try to do it all myself. It ain't that I'm selfish or anything. I just kind of like to not do any features on it. And I'm a creature of habit. I'm still working with the same people since Thursday. So for the last 10 years, you know, it's been Aaron Lindsay as producer, it's been Myron Butler as vocal technician, Levi sings background, and, you know, Aaron puts together the team. I use some of the same writers that are exceptional. So, I mean, when you're winning, you just stick with the winning team, you know. So if it ain't working.
Right. What would you say is the biggest difference between Thirsty and You Shall Live?
I think, personally, the biggest difference between Thirsty and You Shall Live is the growth in our production and the maturity in our lyrics. You know, it's definitely current, and that's what we're trying to do. We're just trying to keep it, you know, Jesus, but keep it current. And I think if we do that, the rest of our days will be the best of our days.
Do you think it's a such thing as being too current, or do you think that's not possible as long as the message is still the same? Because you know how some people are getting got something to say about the, I don't want to say trap gospel, but you know what I mean, like the I Love God, and then, you know, Kiara had a lot of heavy beats on her album too. Like, do you think that there's something wrong with that, or do you think that it's okay?
Well, I think that every musical genre has its own base that, you know, and its own listening group. I ain't hating on nobody who has, I mean, you know, I look at whoever, you know, whoever buys Erica's music, you know, that I Love God, you know, I Love What's Wrong With You, you know, people enjoy it.
Right.
Now, it may not fit everybody, but it fits somebody. And that's just like, you know, like when you have food, any type of food you eat, for example, you know, I'm not a fish eater. I know people that like fish. Some people like fish with tons of hot sauce. Some of them like it with Tabasco sauce. Some of them like it with vinegar on it. Some of them like it with salt vinegar. It's still fish, but everybody likes it the way they like it, the way they want it to taste. So, you know, your taste may not fit mine, but the key thing is that it's still fish. So I think, to me, that's the key. The key is, you know, my kids love Lecrae. Lecrae is a phenomenal gift. He's my fraternity brother. His musical gifting and talent are mind-blowing to me. I don't understand half stuff Lecrae be saying in his rap. However, that's just me. It's not my forte, but it's working. And if my kids enjoy him, I'm not going to hate. I'm just going to go ahead and say, listen, if it's ministering to my babies, bless the name of the Lord.
You just said that you and Lecrae are frat brothers. What fraternity are y'all in?
It's only one.
Uh-oh.
Kappa Alpha.
Okay, all right, cool. I know you're doing a promo tour for the album You Shall Live, and it actually kicks off in Atlanta. Could you tell us a few more cities that you guys are going to hit and, you know, what we can expect from your show?
Well, in Atlanta, I'm at the Cobb Center, and then I'm in Chicago. I'm at New Life Church, Pastor John Hanna. I'm Chicago Gospel Festival. I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina, at the Concord Mills Mall. We're going to shut the mall down. That's the goal. The goal is to have so many people at the mall, at Concord Mills Mall, that they're going to shut the mall down. And then we leave Concord Mills Mall. I have to go home, have a gala in my city, in Grand Rapids for my school that I'm the president and founder of. And then we're in New York City, we're in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and then we're also in Washington, D.C., and then we're home on Saturday.
Is there anything else that you want your fans to know that you may have coming up, or anything you want them to tune into or be on the lookout for, you know, other than the album coming out?
Follow me as it pertains to my social media platform. You know, definitely the official Marvin Sapp page on Facebook, at Marvin Sapp on Twitter, and at Instagram.
All right, Mr. Sapp, I want to thank you. It's definitely an honor speaking with you today. Again, this is Mike Jones with uGospel.com, on the phone with the one and only Mr. Marvin Sapp. And again, man, you know, I wish you the best with the album, and I can't wait to hear it.
Thank you, my friend.